Boston, Massachusetts has become a shining city, an example of gentrification at its finest, or worst, it depends on how you look at it. Either way, this shining jewel of a city has some of the best hospitals and universities in the world. It also has an incredible food scene and a nightlife. Boston is one of the oldest cities in the country and has a rich, proud history, and its sports teams are sacred. Many of the first patriots of the American Revolution were from Boston. Boston used to be a city with a strong blue collar reputation, but it's just really not known for that anymore. There's also another side of this shining city. Because of the incredible rent increases in the past decade, many longtime residents have fled Boston, and unfortunately, many have lost their housing and become homeless themselves. There's also another darker reason why homelessness is increasing in Boston. The quagmire that is mass and cast, and I know that recently they've made efforts to clean it up, but that just spreads it to different areas of the city. But never in Boston's history has there been such a large, out-of-control homeless encampment. It's also become the city's largest open-air market for illegal goods, which is why the encampment began in the first place, in my opinion. People wanted to live close to the source. So many of the people that live out there aren't even from Boston to begin with. They're people that went to programs or halfway houses or sober homes. They decided to dip one day and started using and then got trapped on the Ave. Unfortunately, it happens all the time. The area has always been known as a place that's known as active use. Boston Medical Center is in the center of this disaster. They historically have had one of the biggest clinics in the city, so people would hang out after getting their dose, peddle different things, and things just kind of grew. But within the past decade, it's gotten absolutely insane. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. So I know this is like a much different video than what I would normally put out, but I got this idea because I follow a Facebook group. It's called Missing on Mass Ave, and it just brought to mind to me like the chaos that's out there on the streets and how grateful I am to not be out there involved in active use, and that I'm not missing out on Mass Ave and my family's not worried about me putting up pictures on the internet hoping to look to get some information. So it kind of gave me an idea to maybe I could do something. This platform that I have, this channel, it's growing. Thank you guys so much for the support that you give. We just reached 15,000 people. Like, that's beyond my wildest dreams that we'd ever get these types of numbers. So obviously I'll still continue to do the content that I do, where I talk about organized crime and different street organizations and like the different headlines and stuff like that. But I feel like there's some positive things that I can do too and try to do some good, and especially with my past, to show a little bit of gratitude from like where I came from to where I am now. If there's anything I can do to help some of these families, basically like the group on Facebook, Missing on Mass Ave, it's loved ones who have no idea where their loved ones are. And this is so common. I don't know, like most people, there's a lot of people I know that are in recovery or like have had experience that kind of stuff, that watch my videos, that are kind of familiar to this stuff. Maybe there's some people that aren't, but it's very common for someone to go to treatment, especially nowadays. It's become such a big business where it's like they'll get you on the phone and they want, oh yeah, we have a bed for you, we accept your insurance, we'll Uber you there. It could be like 2 hours away. Say like I live in Gloucester, and they'll find a bed for me out in some place in Westboro, and they come Uber you there, they drop you off. If you're lucky, you got a gym bag with some clothes and a week's worth of clothes and some toiletries and stuff like that. Some people are just showing up with clothes on their back. Some people get to these places and they decide that, man, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this, and they just dip. And their family members have no idea where they are. I mean, there's a lot of other reasons of like how people go missing. People are just out there in the streets doing their thing, and they've lost contact with their family members. They don't call, they don't check in anymore. People don't know where they are. But the point of the story is that I know a lot of people look at addicts as if they're less than, that they've made this choice, they're living this lifestyle, and unfortunately these bad things that have happened to them, it's a result. But you gotta think, like, these are someone's children. A lot of these people are parents. They have little kids that have no idea where their moms or dads are, if they're even alive. It's like heartbreaking stuff. And I, through any series of bad choices, could be in that situation. And I'm very lucky to not be in that situation, to like have my daughters not knowing like where their dad is, like, is dad alive, where'd he go, So I'm just thinking that I could possibly start a little series, maybe once a month or so, and if you want, people can start to, DM me on Instagram or hit me up on Facebook or however on the comments of YouTube, any way online. Send information of loved ones that you are, lost contact with. Any information of like, where they're last seen, if they were at like a treatment center, a halfway house, a sober house, where they usually hang out, pictures of them so I could put up, just any information so we, hopefully can get you some positive information, good information about your loved one, that they're out there and you just lost contact with them. So I was thinking that I can start to do that maybe once a month, maybe do a couple. It depends on how many people start contacting me, but I just feel like it's something that I can do that's positive, that's good, that could, make a change, or not, whatever about making a change. It's just something that's like good that I can do and positive. And I have this platform here where I have people that I make videos where it can reach thousands of people. So why not try to do something good with it instead of just telling tales about criminals, which is entertaining, and I'll continue to do it because I enjoy doing it. It is entertaining. But that last video that I made, it really kind of hit home. It's really an issue out here with these counterfeits, and people are just disappearing. They're dropping like flies, and it's not just from that. It's just the stuff that's going around, and it's really nasty out here. And people were doing good, I feel like, and then COVID happened, and a lot of people got off track, and they lost like their recovery, and we've lost a lot of good people. And there's people that are out there still that like if you're still alive, you still have a chance. I'm talking about people that have passed, but if you're still alive and you're out there, like, that's what the whole point of, like, when I'm trying to do this is, like, let's find you and bring you back so you're not completely lost, So anyhow, let me know in the comments if you think that this is a good idea or something that you guys want to get behind or support. I was also thinking too, I have some friends that have been clean for numbers of years, that have incredibly inspirational stories, just stories that like are almost too unbelievable to be true, that would really, if you're having a bad day and you're thinking about using, you listen to like one of these guys' stories. That's the whole point, is like just to try to help someone. If I can help anyone with this YouTube channel, like this, it's kind of like a gift that's been. I've put a lot of hard work into it to get to be the size that it is, to have 15,000 subscribers and have the amount of people that watch my videos and stuff. I've put in a lot of hard work, but I also look at it as it's a gift. So this is like my way of giving back, not just for that, but also for all like the bad stuff that's happened in the past, and my negative stuff that I've put out there in the world. My personal use, the crimes I committed, not even just the crimes I committed, like the people that I hurt, most of all, the people that are closest to you, because as someone who is in active use, the people that you usually hurt are the ones that are closest to you, your family. Like, if people did stuff to my family that I did to them, I don't want to say what I would do, but you put that stuff in your system, and it's like you're not making the choices anymore. And you need to realize that if you're in a clear state of mind right now and you're not actively using, there's nothing bad enough in this world to make you want to pick up and put that stuff in your system, because it will make you do all those things that you said you would never do. You know what I mean? You'll steal from your family. You'll lie to your best friend. Like, whatever it is, you know. It's just bad. It's just like, it's a black cloud that goes around active use. You get involved in that world. You start hanging around with people that are actively using. You start doing it yourself. And it's just all negative. Nothing good comes from it. So if there's something that I can do to help anybody who's out there struggling, but most of all, really, like, the real thing that I want to do is help, like, the families out there that are grieving. Because there's so many families that are just like innocent bystanders and all this. They didn't, you know, they didn't choose to have an addict as a loved one. You know, I'm not going to get into a debate about whether or not it's a disease or it's a choice or this or that or whatever. But think about being like a 14-year-old kid and your parent is, you know, in active use. It doesn't really matter, you know what I mean? You just want that person to get better. So, like, that's really what it's about for me, is like thinking about those families like that are like suffering, like the kids, the moms, like the grandparents that have to take care of those kids. You know, it's real stuff out there, guys. So we can keep just like watching these videos that are entertaining and they don't bother us and they don't make us think about unpleasant things, and we can just try to continue to keep on living our life while our society and country keep just like swirling down the toilet. Or like we can like try to do a little bit and do our part to try to make things like a little bit better. And like I think that this is something that I can do to try to help, at least in this way. This is what I know. I spent the majority of my life, I'm 41 years old, going to be 42 in November, and since I was 11 years old, it's been pretty much on and off active use. So, you know, in and out of facilities, you know, jails, whatever. And so, like, this is what I know. Like, so this is how I can try to help and give back to people, you know. Try to get people that I know to come and tell their stories. Give people reasons why do not pick up. After you listen to them, you'll probably have a different perspective, hopefully. And if I can help any families that are out there that are grieving, that are struggling, they want to know where their loved ones are. Are they okay? Are they alive? You know, it's the least I can do. So if you guys want to get behind that, it would be awesome. If not, I understand. If people watch this and they're like, dude, come on, let's just get back to the, you know, mobster stuff. Like, alright, I get it. And I will. Don't worry, I will. But I just had a feeling and I had an idea and I ran it past like my older daughter's mother, who usually thinks every idea I have is absolute just dog crap, and she was like, that's actually a great idea, I think you should do that, do it. So I've jumped like kind of right on it. So hopefully other people will think it's a good idea too. Hopefully people watch this video, share it, talk about it, you know, let people know. If you know people, like families who are struggling and who are worried and they don't know where their loved ones are, and they would like to, like, for me to mention it on the channel, and hopefully people will watch it and maybe you can get some information, please do that. Just, you know, any way we can do to support this, to make this happen, I think it's a good idea. I hope you guys do as well. If you do, let me know by leaving comments, hit the like button if you like this video. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. Most importantly, guys, like I say at the end of every video, make good choices and make good decisions. You know, this is why I say it, because this is real life stuff, the choices and decisions we make. You could be having one bad day. Like, a bunch of bad stuff could be happening to you, from the minute you wake up that day. And so you decide after, it could be a couple of months, could be a couple of years of sobriety, that just, whatever, I'm done. And you decide to pick up just because of one bad day. It's not worth it. The series of events that are going to happen after, and it's not if. It's guaranteed it will. It will. There's nothing else that I can promise you. It will get worse if you pick up. If you don't, tomorrow will be a different day. It might suck again tomorrow. You might have a couple weeks or maybe even months in a row that are garbage every day. But it will pass. It will change. But if you pick up, it's going to be awful every single day. Your life is going to be a nightmare. So don't do it. That's all I got, guys. Take good care of yourselves, your family, your friends, your fellow human beings. Try to have a nice day. I'll talk to you soon. God bless.